so today we're talking to Brian Willis. He arrived here as a 10 pom pom. I think, what year did you arrive here as a 10 pom pom?
1958.
1958, oh, okay. And could you tell us, how old were you when you first arrived in Australia?
11.
You're 11 years old?
11 years old.
What do you remember when you first arrived in the country?
The Australian Dunnies.
The Australian Dunnies?
Australian Dunnies, that's what I remember.
That's the first thing you remember?
I've never ever seen one of them ones, an Australian Dunny, before in my life.
And what was good about it?
No water.
Yeah.
Plenty of sawdust.
Yeah. So that was the biggest culture shock for you?
That was the biggest culture shock I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, so you arrived here 11 years old. Did you go to school or did you work or anything like that?
No, I went to school in Oxley.
Yeah. Okay.
And then when my parents moved to Melbourne, and I went with them, and I went to school in Melbourne.
In Melbourne, okay. So how did you feel that the school was different in Australia compared to England?
Well, the school in Oxley, I went home to my granny and asked if everybody was poor in Australia, because I was the only one in the school with shoes. They all had bare feet.
Seriously?
That's what every kid had, bare feet. I was the only one with shoes.
This is in Australia?
This is in Oxley in Queensland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So 11 years old, I mean, what other things do you remember? Like, were the other students nice to you, or did you have were you bullied?
Good. No, I was all right. Everybody was good.
But like, as a new immigrant, like, people didn't bully you or want to fight you or something, or?
No. All I get called was a pom.
Pom.
A pom.
Do you know what
Not
that means?
English, but
you know
pom.
what it means? What does that mean?
Pom means the mother country. They used to call the people what did a crime. They call them poms.
Okay.
And that's where the word come from, more or less.
Okay, so that was 11 in 1958, you said?
Yeah, I come in 58.
Okay, so that was, I mean, society, like, our image of 1950s is like rock and roll and like...
When in 1958, there was no, on a Sunday, there was no shops open, only a church. That was the only thing allowed to be open on a Sunday, a church.
Do you think that was better than nowadays, or...?
In them days, you could leave your milk money on the besides the milk bottle, and nobody would pinch anything. But now you can't do that in these days.
Okay, so when did things start getting bad, do you think?
I would say the politicians made things bad.
Well, you can't blame it on the politicians.
Yeah, the politicians and the judges made everything bad.
But what was the turning point, do you think, that caused this?
Society.
Society?
Yeah. Everybody wants nothing. Everybody wants everything for nothing. They don't want to work. They just want everything.
Okay. So then now you left school. At what age did you leave school?
I left school when I was 14.
14? Was that okay to do that at 14?
Well, I had to. My parents didn't have no money. So I got a job.
School wasn't free?
Yeah, primary school was free.
Oh, okay. So you left school at 14.
Yeah.
So what was your first job?
Making trailers.
Making trailers?
I was a junior storeman.
Junior storeman? Oh.
Yeah.
This was in Ipswich?
No, this was in Melbourne.
Okay, so you're making trailers. Was the money, how much money were you making that?
£3, £5.
Okay, what could you buy with that?
Well, £5, I could use that as pocket money for all week, no worries.
Okay, but what did you do with the £3?
£2 I give to my mum and dad, and £1 I used to bank.
Oh, okay. But in today's money, so with £1, what could you buy for £1?
Oh, dude, you could buy a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Oh, a lot of stuff. You could go to the pictures. you could buy. You could. It's hard to say what you could buy. Now you couldn't buy anything with £1.
Oh, okay.
$1.
So you started working, and how long did you do that job for?
That job I did. Oh, wasn't long. It might have been say 3 months.
Oh, okay.
And then I went to the glass factory, and I worked there till I was 16,
Okay.
and then I left home and come up to Queensland.
Oh, okay. So did you find anything difference between Queensland and Melbourne? Like, what was different?
Melbourne was 20 years ahead of Queensland.
Oh, don't let Queensland people hear that.
Well, it was. It was a fact. Queensland was very backward up here to compare to Melbourne. Everybody in Melbourne wore a suit to go to work even. Up here, your dad used to just have a pair of thongs and a pair of shorts and a t-shirt.
Okay. How do you feel about the way people dress nowadays?
Sloppy.
Sloppy.
Yeah.
Oh well.
No pride.
Okay. Well, let's stop there.